Right guys, update. Welcome to Raysons Exhausts. Have a look at that bad boy. Yeah, these used to be daily updates, or I was trying to do daily updates, but I've not had camera out in about a month, so we'll just call them monthly updates, weekly updates, just updates. I just thought I'd get camera out, show you some of this bike, because I'm going to get some more tube down, we're going to bend some more, we're going to try and sell some more. So if you like them, if you like what you see, you never know, might still have some in stock. It might be 2025 by the time you see this video, so might not have any left to sell then. But that's my plan. My plan is take some photographs of this, do a nice little video, let's get some sold. Lost a bit of focus there. The basic gist of it is, let's spin camera around. Basic gist of it is that you can't really buy nice pipes for these Metisses. You can buy everything else. You can buy the tanks, the seat, the wheels, the engines, the frames, but you can't get a nice set of pipes for them. And it's a common question. I've had quite a lot of people ask me for these, can you do these pipes off the shelf? And I can't. I've done 4, 5, 6 bikes where people have brought them. Obviously this customer's brought bikes, said the same thing. Can you make me a set of pipes? Can you make me a set of pipes like Chelsea's bike? That's what they often say. And a lot of you will have seen Chelsea's bike at the Bikeshed show, stuff like that. The thing that makes Chelsea's pipes different is you see that line there of the pipe. It follows that line there of the seat. A normal set of Rickman Metisse pipes. Pipe comes out of here, drops a little bit lower. The bend's not as tight on top of there. I think they drop a little bit lower. They flick a bit higher up, then they come down like this into a zigzag there. There's like a zigzaggy bit, and then they flick back up there. So they still finish at the same place, but they do this. Awful looking things. I think, I've just been talking to a customer, and I think the Bud Eakins pipes, like desert sled pipes, yeah, and they proper zigzag. I'm not a fan of them. I've sent a picture of these to my customer. He said, hey, that is exactly what I wanted. I think Chelsea's were a little bit different. I think Chelsea's pointed up a little bit first there. They had a bit of an angle on, and then they came back straight. There can't be much difference, because I know one thing, she's covered that nut up. There's a nut there behind that pipe. If I just go up, you see that there's a little bolt there behind the pipe. She's covered that up as she's gone across. I think it might just be a little bit more, maybe pointing down there and a little bit of a zigzag. But yeah, I've jigged these up. I've not jigged them up yet, but I've wrote down all dimensions, worked out how much the distance are between the bends, the rotations of the bends, yada yada yada. Then I've done an opposite hand of it, so I've worked all that out, and then I've worked it all out in reverse to make this pipe on the other side. And these now are all one piece, ready to be welded on at the top, ready for a bracket to be put on there. If I can get that done, if I can get these welded up with a bracket on, collars on, everything all in the right place, my plan then is to jig them up on this. That engine there is exactly the same engine as that engine there. Pretty much a unit 650, aren't they? Unit 650. That's in a mocked up Norton frame to make it so I can make Triton parts on it basically. But it should work out perfectly fine for making these Metisse pipes, because this bit here will be roughly where number board is. So you see there, you've got back at gearbox, back at gearbox, back at gearbox. That bit there is like that much away from gearbox. It's not a very good ruler, but you know what I mean, back at gearbox there. So that upright's about here. It's about there where that back nut is, I reckon. So if I can jig something up off, say my bar's there, my tube, I can jig something across to find out basically where that bolt is there on that engine plate, because that's what we're going to put the tab up off. If I can get that on my frame, then we can just keep knocking them out, can't we? The customer can take this bike back and I can just knock them out. I think the customer should be okay. He might be alright and let me use this for a couple of weeks, so I could probably knock all 4 sets up. I'm going to make 4 sets, I think, on this bike. But then once it's gone and someone else says, oh, can you make another set? I can make the bend. But I've not got no bike to know where up and down is, in and out. I've got no idea. So that's my plan. If I can get something similar used on that frame, I can pretty much show you that now. If I went for a bit of a wander, I can get a little bit of a wander, show you my face. I've got some samples over here, let's go and have a look at them. Here, hanging up. So I've had these hanging up here on my power press, because pretty much my tube bender's here behind me. Tube bender's there, that's my mandrel bender. That there's the book of knowledge, also known as the Bible. That's the tube bending Bible, that. You're thinking, why is it the tube bending Bible? It's not a guide to tube bending. It's just notes. So that's Triumph Unit Rickman. Let's cover up some of my working out. Triumph Unit Rickman. G80 Rickman, high level. It's just telling me the bends. It's not telling you how to put them together. I've got sample hanging on rail, which is, I think it's that pipe there on end. A bit hard to see. That pipe there, it says Rickman on the end of it. Hold on. Rickman G80. So that's that pipe. So I could get that down. It's basically, if I get another bike coming in, I'm not selling singular pipes on the internet or right like that. But if another G80 comes in, that's an exact copy of a G80 Rickman pipe, because I repaired one and I copied it while I had it. So that's that. So I know how to make one again. It'll tell me the angles, and then I use the sample for the rest of it. Then I've got all this other stuff here, like Vincent Jap 500, Raysons Dommy Racer pipes. But why is it the Bible? Let's have a look. Because it's ancient. These are like tablets here at the back. If you have a look at this, are they like the Lost Sea Scrolls? I'm not very religious, so I won't know. But yeah, have a look at these. So that says Triumph Sweatback at the top, 500 per unit, same as 650 per unit, but an inch and 5/8 stub instead of an inch and 3/4 stub. Here you got 500 unit sweatbacks. That there is my dad's handwriting, so that's telling you all how to do it. Starts off with get the former out, 3.5 inch former up. Yeah, that's the one that's on. So I could make a set of 500 pipes with that. Tells you what length to cut the tube to, 36 inch. Set the rollers wide. Basically, that's that section there. You don't need to know much more. I'm not teaching you how to do it, but yeah, there's some interesting bits about it. I think this is from 80s. It could be older than I am. It is older than I am. Look at the price there. This is for a set of Triumph sweatbacks at $6.50 per unit. Price £9. Grandad's retail price. So Dad used to sell them to Unity's shop for £9 a pair, and then Grandad were probably getting them chromed for another £9, say, so then they were £18 a pair, and then he were making retail price £30 a pair, so he were probably making £12 a pair on them, making more than Dad were making, and probably making more than Chrome Plater were making. How do I know it's from the 80s? Because on one of them it does have the price for 1 year. Oh, here, look here, that's one. That's when Tommy were born. Modification, 18 for the 788, left hand pipe, move last, bend, ½ inch closer to the second bend. That's pretty much what I've been on with these Rickman pipes. Just, let's get it over there, let's have a look at it. Just getting the bends in the right place, as close to the next bend as you can, all that stuff. It does, that from over here, that pipe there follows that line of that tank and that seat perfectly. All it wants to make them look like Chelsea's bike is it just wants chopping halfway between that number board and that shocker. That's where it wants chopping. So it's just sticking out past the number board, halfway in that triangle of empty space. Chop it there. Job's a good one. So yeah, that's the Bible. You've had a look at the Bible now, a little bit of a look at the Bible. Other interesting thing about the Bible, while we're here, I always think let's make these videos short and then we start flipping rambling on, don't we? Other interesting thing about the Bible. This end of it, the front. So the back end of it's Dad's working out. The front end of it, guess what that is? That's Unity's books from the 70s, I think these are. I'd have to find you a date. I'll find you a date and a bit of something to reference it. Oh, there we go. Tuesday. Come on. What's that? January the 20th, 1973. 1973's books. You've got in there, that's John Newby, co-owner of Unity Equip. And then you've got my granddad, Pete's Wage, co-owner of Unity Equip. John's on a tenner. Apparently Grandad said he didn't work as many days as Grandad. Grandad is on Pete's Wage, £30 a week. Rent is £15 a week. That's probably Robinson's of Rochdale Motorbike Garage. Petrol, £1.50. Bulbs. They've got a lot of bulbs there. Is that £5.20's worth of bulbs? Should have a look, shall we? Should we just have a look to see if there's anything else pops up that's interesting? Tyres, tubes. Yeah, that'd be tyres and inner tubes, won't they? £10.70. Don't know what Lords is. Rent, £10 again for thingy. Grandad's in there again, £30 for his week's wage. Pete's wage, £30. John's wage, £10. So yeah, Grandad's still doing more hours there, isn't he, than John were. John, £10. Pete, £30. So in 1973, Grandad's doing 3 times as much work as John is, isn't he? They were co-owners though. John still owned it up until 2015, I think it were. Then they sold it to Bantam John. So that in 1997, Dad died. Grandad left, sold his art to John's girlfriend. Then John owned it outright, pretty much. Grandad moved up here, carried on the old Univen bit. And now it's my turn. So let's go and have a look at some more exhaust pipes. Don't think there's not much else I can tell you. I say my plan is now, just I'm going to drop 4 lengths of tube. No, not 4, I don't need 4. I want to make 4 sets. So my tube's all up there. I'm going to drop down maybe 2 lengths. I dropped down 2 lengths last time. And the flipping guy that brought it on the truck has left ratchet marks in all of it. Where they ratchet him down on truck, sometimes when it's been bouncing around. I get this quite often, and it's only on 1 length or whatever. Just the 1 length that's been on outside. But there on these circles, there's actually like a little dint there, a little dint there, a little dint there, a little dint at the end. So I've had to chop that out with the length because there's nothing of it I can use to make an exhaust pipe with. Annoying. And then there were the other end of it also had ratchet marks on it. It's just basically, that's just where it's been tying it down on the truck. And it's just wrecked a bit of tube. Annoying. It were about 6 months ago I ordered that probably. So yeah, my plan is now go upstairs, get another 2 lengths down, drop them down, chop them all to 40-inch or whatever I need to do to get them onto bender. Just bend some. I'm going to spend an hour or 2. Probably not. Probably might be a day or 2. A day or 2. I'm just going to try and whack out another 4 sets, and then I've got 1 set for this bike, 1 set for another guy that's phoned me up, 2 sets to stick on Rickman Group on Facebook. So if you're on there, you might see him. If not, send me an email, Smith. Send me an email. Don't try ringing me. I won't answer. Send me an email. info@raysonsuk.com. I'll stick it here on bottom or somewhere. Right, I'll speak to you soon. Enjoy.